So we're here with Kim White. Kim has been a part of our church for about 5 years.
5 years.
5 years now. And Kim has a family and a son, Jonas, who he is going to talk to us about. Tell us a little bit about Jonas.
Well, Jonas is 28 now. He was born in 1984. He was our fourth son, but he's our youngest child. And he was born with cerebral palsy. By about 5 years old, he had stopped talking. He started talking at about 2, a little bit, but then became autistic, and he stopped using any kind of verbal at all, and then he started hurting himself. He would hit himself constantly, very severe. I mean, he would, anything he could find to hit his head on, he would do it. As a Christian, you know, I tried to see the good in it, but really in my heart, it wasn't really working. I was more feeling like this just can't be happening. You know, it's just too severe. And,
well, so what did that do to your relationship with the Lord? How did you handle that at that time?
Well, at first I thought that I was just accepting it as just a trial, you know, and I knew the right thing to do was to thank God in everything. And having a child with disability was a total shock. I wasn't expecting it. It was like, I guess it was kind of like this happens to other people. Mm-hmm. It doesn't happen to me. And so as a result, I think even though I did pray, I kind of slowed down even on praying, you know, but I just felt like my prayers weren't being answered. I was reading my Bible, and I was reading about Moses when God called him to go back and bring the children of Israel out of Egypt. And I'd never seen this verse before, but it says when Moses was arguing with God that he wasn't eloquent, and you know, he needed to send somebody that could talk better and do a better job, and God was getting a little bit, I guess, irritated at Moses. And he said, "Who makes the blind and the deaf and the dumb? Do not I, the Lord?" And it was significant to me because I had never really could say or never really could think that God made Jonas the way he is. Mm. And it's, you know, it isn't necessarily logical, because if you're looking at God as being love and everything that you think of God, it was hard for me to actually say that. But when I read that, then I did start to pray, and I just said, "Lord, thank you for making Jonas the way he is." And I don't think I ever could do that before. I couldn't really say that, and I couldn't really believe that God did that, but not in a negative way. Mm-hmm. Not that he did it to hurt somebody or anything else, but that he has a reason. Mm-hmm. In the process of all that, it was like the Lord spoke to me again and said, you are sitting there and you're waking up, you're praying, you're doing everything you can, you know, but do you think you have to twist my arm? I mean, do you think that I don't care about Jonas? Do you think that, you know, you're so committed and you care so much and you want to see him healed, but you're acting like I don't even care. You have to convince me to do something, you know? Mm-hmm. And he said, it's like he's saying, I can do anything, and I love Jonas more than you do. So the focus has really changed for me to go from just being totally wanting to see him heal and having that whole issue kind of out of my life. You know? It is the most important thing to me is that he does know the Lord, and I think he does. The best I can tell. Mm-hmm. I mean, when we talk about it, but I look at him and that's the other thing. It's hard to tell what he thinks of his situation, you know, because he's been that way his whole life, and yet he gets really happy. I can tell he loves when I come over and we talk about it. I know he loves it. Mm-hmm. I can tell he loves it, and so it is the most important thing is salvation and the eternal life. Has become the total focal point, and if God heals him and physically and can use him as a testimony of that, then that would be really awesome, you know. And it would be dramatic. I mean, it would be a dramatic thing, and I totally believe God can do that. But part of the focus for me has changed too. And maybe I don't remember if I had said this before or not, but I look at other people, because I know other kids similar. You know, we've had a lot of contact with other people as a result, and part of what's happened with me too in getting closer to the Lord, because I know this is the Lord, is getting that same feeling towards these other kids, and really towards all people, you know, because there's so many problems, so many things in life that don't make sense, and it's like I have put so much focus on Jonas, and now I feel a lot more like I need to focus on everybody that I know, and pray for everybody, and do what I can verbally. I mean, speak to people and get involved in their lives with the gospel.
Is there any one thing that, if you were to tell somebody something about prayer from what you've learned over the last few years, what is one thing you'd tell them when it comes to prayer and their interaction with God?
Well, right now it would be that prayer is, the main reason for prayer is to actually get close to the Lord and actually fellowship with the Lord, and not even our requests and our understanding or anything. It's just get close to the Lord and really be able to know His love through prayer, and the excitement, that joy unspeakable type of thing, you know, and then as I think we start, for me, when I have that experience, and really just expect prayer to be more fellowship with the Lord, I think in those times we get answers that, you know, God knows what's in our heart. Because some of these answers I've felt really strong about for me have just come when I'm just sitting there not saying anything. I'm just sitting there really just asking the Lord in my heart to have fellowship and to experience His love in that way, you know. And
so you would identify with seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Awesome.
I love that verse, by the way.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Kim. I really appreciate it, and this means a lot to our church family as well. Thank you very much.
You bet.